Japanese, and I'm usually teaching what the excess is from other teachers' loads. I had to teach Chinese, which was wonderful, a 10-week course in Chinese, but I had to learn it. That's what teachers do. It wasn't what I always wanted to do. What I wanted to do was interpreting and translating. And then when I started to look into it, it was just so depressing, because usually in interpreting what you're dealing with is other people's problems. And I thought, no thanks, I don't want that. I fell into it by accident. And that was teaching Italian. That was so much fun to primary school kids. It's a lot of fun. I thought I could do this for a long time. Well, there's the impact of technology is a big thing, probably the biggest thing to hit teaching now. But because it's a language, there's a lot of skills that the students learn that are the same. So we basically focus on listening, reading, speaking and writing, and that was done then as well. We integrate technology to a certain extent, but now it's a major impact. Kids can have more exposure to listening to the language they're learning, and of course it benefits them. Could be interpreted anyway, so long as the facts are presented. As I said, as a teacher, as a professional, I try to be unbiased in what I present to the students. But there are times where you can look at two perspectives and you make it clear that there's this perspective and there's the other, so that the students know clearly that, you know, you're presenting, or maybe interpreting, analysing, you're presenting what you interpret, but somebody else could have a different interpretation. But as a journalist, no, I think you present the facts and you leave it to others to interpret. As a teacher, I try to be unbiased. I think the kids try to get out of you your personal opinion on something that's happening. But I think to be a professional, you really you have to try to be unbiased. To a certain extent, yes. Learning languages implies learning their cultures as well, and because of that I keep an open mind to what students have been brought up with, that the cultural backgrounds has a huge impact on their interaction with everybody they meet. So as a languages teacher, I take that into account. So yeah, potentially it does have a big impact. And we try not to get too close to the kids, and we try to manage things in a way that's not going to be detrimental to anybody. So I think what you see in movies doesn't reflect the reality of our classrooms. You've got to set the parameters of the classroom, you've got to set your ground rules, and after that it's just teaching treating each other with respect. And I think if you can be respectful both ways, then, you know, it tends to work. You tend to have a pretty harmonious classroom.